Hi, you guys. It is Thursday, March 19th, 2020. My name is Doris, and this is the Knit and Pearl Podcast, episode 195. Life is scary right now. A lot of things have happened in the last 2 weeks. So, you can find the show notes for this podcast on knitandpearl-doris.blogspot.com. In social media, I am One Fine Cow, all spelled out, One Fine Cow. Cow. On Ravelry and Twitter, I am One Fine Design, the number one on Facebook and Etsy. And I'm Doris M. Smith, all lowercase and smooshed together on Instagram. This podcast has a Ravelry group, which is the Knit and Pearl podcast group. So you don't have to remember all of those things because in the handy dandy down bar below is a link to the show notes, to the Ravelry group, and my Etsy store. If you click on the show notes, at the top of the show notes, under the video, is the social medias. They're all clickable links. You can click and go follow me there, and I'll follow you back. Also, a link to the Ravelry group. Every 2 weeks, or every time I podcast, I do birthday shout-outs for the people that are in the Ravelry group. We have 3 birthdays coming up between March coming up or already passed, March 16th through the end of the month. Let me have a sip of my tea. It's a chai latte. It's really good. Is it a latte? Chai, tea, something. It's not a latte, but it's good. The birthdays are Happy Scrappy Life. Her birthday was on the 16th of March. We have L. Clark, 10/18/96, whose birthday is tomorrow on the 20th. And we have May G. Her birthday is on the 22nd of March. So happy birthday, you all. I hope that you will have or did have a wonderful birthday, that you were blessed enough to spend time with friends and family and be able to do the things that you want to do. And most of all, I hope that you did have or will have your version of a birthday cake. So happy birthday, you all. And if it was your birthday during that time and you don't share that information on Ravelry, happy birthday to you as well. Happy birthday. The read along is our next thing, and it will continue until the 31st of March. Please knit something in shades of red for Valentine's Day and also for the heart health awareness for the month of February, but we're going through the month of March. You must be a member of the group to qualify for prizes. And if you join the group and you knit something red, you'll have more likely chance of winning than in most groups that have a lot of people. Just saying. Knit something in shades of red and post a finished object in the thread by the 31st of March. Realistically, it's probably April 1st before I close it. As you knit, think about those you love and also think about those that you know who have heart health issues. Chatters welcomed on the thread. The prize for this knit along is 2 skeins of yarn that I purchased from the Destin Yarn Store. It is Sugarbush Bold. This yarn is lovely. I don't know how it works up because, I didn't buy a skein for me. I bought this for you all. It is a worsted weight. It is 190 yards. Yeah, it's a number 4 worsted weight. It's beautiful. It's 100% wool, extra fine superwash merino in white and red. I think this would make something gorgeous. So get a hat, a scarf, whatever, off the needle and posted by March 31st for a chance to win this beautiful stuff. That is it on the read along and administration stuff. So let me have another drink of tea before I go into the story of the week and stash enhancement. So I did have an accident with my finger and purchased some more yarn. I had to, because I thought there's just something else I need to knit, and I have it had it in my library for a long time and wanted to knit it, but didn't have or know what kind of yarn to use. So yes, I did. I purchased 2 more skeins of the Himalaya. What's it called? Anyway, I purchased two more skeins of this lovely stuff. I'm sorry for the crinkling. Himalaya Air Wool Multi. The color is a number, which is 76102. 76102. It's beautiful, but it's probably out of stock because I have been stocking it because another sweater's quantity would be lovely. This stuff is amazing. And you will see in the works in progress the new project I started with this. And it's over here, down here. So what else has been going on? As you all know. Anyway, I finished a few things. I started a few things. That's what's been going on in my knitting and stuff. But also, I've been really scared about this coronavirus pandemic. I still, and I think, mostly it's because I've been feeding my mind on all this stuff. I know that we need to be informed and be kept informed about the outbreaks and where they are and keeping ourselves safe. But I think that I've been overloading on all of it, and it's been very depressing and very high anxiety, and I've been I don't know, anxiety eating more carbs than I should for me. But I have been working every day, and I work in long-term care, so the facilities are being very careful about who they let in the door. Once you get into work, you don't leave work until you get ready to leave. No food is, nobody's allowed to order in. No chance of any germ coming in. They take your temperature. They ask the questions. You have a fever. You've been cold. Have a cold, sore throat. Anything? Do you? Have you been around anyone who's been has the virus? Anything like that? Because these people in these buildings are compromised and are at a higher risk. So we're not protecting ourselves from them. We're protecting them from us by coming in, washing your hands. They take your temperature. You stay in the building until you're finished for the day and you leave. I'm really thankful for that. I have been having this fear thing, and what can I do to keep myself safer and to keep my people safer? I had long nails. Instead of going to the nail shop, which I don't want to do right now, I don't want to do anything that's unnecessary. I don't want to be anywhere that is unnecessary for me to be. So I just cut them off. And when this is over, I'll get my nails done again. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not worried about it right now. I also have had the household start taking some emergency every day just to help build our, boost our immune system to help us just in case. We don't know. We don't know if we've been exposed. We don't know what's going to happen. So I figured if we can do something to help ourselves, like taking vitamins, like cutting these nails off, because I was so afraid. I was washing my hands, doing everything, and I was still so afraid of possibly carrying a germ under that nail. So I cut them. We're taking vitamin C, washing my hands like 1,000 times a day. When I go to the grocery store, I have my hand sanitizer, and as soon as I get done and get out of the store, I'm washing my hands. Before I eat, I'm washing my hands. I'm washing. That's the most important thing. So I'm working right now. I'm not an essential part of the workforce, but so far they're still letting us go to work. So I'm happy about that. But I'm not sure how long we'll be working. So my life is work, home, and if I have to go to the grocery store, I'll go if I need to. But and the whole toilet paper thing, can we just calm down, folks? I would like to get another package of toilet paper. We have enough right now to last for a week, maybe 2 if we're lucky. But I would like to just get my hands on another pack of toilet paper. But every store is like there's none. No bread, no toilet paper. When I went to the store on Sunday, I couldn't even find eggs, and egg is like my staple in my diet. So, but the next day I was able to get some. We ordered some groceries from Schnucks, and I wasn't happy with the delivery system and not going in and picking out my own stuff. So I went to Save a Lot after work tonight and got a few more things just to kind of keep us okay for a while. Because we don't know. We don't know if tomorrow they're going to say, shelter in place or whatever. We don't know. So day by day, praying for those that have been affected, families. And I also found a very helpful link, which I watched before I started this because I was like freaking out. So there's a link in the show notes. It's a link that Knit Spin Farms shared on Instagram, and the person who did it, the psychologist, was Leslie Davenport. If you go to the show notes, you can click on that link. Just click on that lady's name or the highlighted link, and you can go look at that if you're struggling like me with all the anxiety and the worry. Also, I would like for you guys to share in the down bar below any helpful hints that you have. I'm not stuck in the house. I am going to work, and I feel like when I go to work, because of the way they're doing things, I feel like I'm in a safe environment. They're still requiring social distancing, and the patients can't be more than 6 feet apart, and they're not feeding them in the dining rooms. And so if you have any other helpful hints, please leave your comments in the down bar below, and I would be much appreciated by people watching, and me, of course. Any helpful hint. And that's all we're going to talk about that, and we're going to go to the foes, because I have a few foes. So I finished the Delilah, which is it's called an Easy Lace Super Scarf by Bag-O-Day Crochet. There's a link in the show notes to the online tutorial, the YouTube tutorial, and she also has a link in that, so you can buy the written pattern for like $2. The yarn is Yarn Bee Luxe Lolly in the Dancing Donut colorway. I used a eye hook or a 5.5 millimeter, and it's done. I did not, however, use up all the yarn. I was just done. Here's where I was the last time you saw it, and I finished to, I made the colors match on both sides pretty much. So, and then I said, you know what, I'm done. Done with this thing. And so it's done. It's a super scarf. There we go. Whatever. There you have it. I also, because I had leftover yarn, I tried to use it up. So I crocheted some granny squares. This is a solid granny square. This is just a granny square and a granny square. And I still didn't use it all up. Here's the last bit of it. I figured I'd use it for scrap something or other. It's crazy. It was a never-ending ball, and I was just done with it. So this is nice. It's warm. So it's a finished object. And it was fun. It was a fun crochet. It really was. And it was an easy pattern to follow. You can see the patterning. It was fun. So I recommend the pattern. And it's just a nice scarf. So that is one finished object. The second finished object is it's done. The knitting's done. I still haven't put the buttons on because I've been so... Ugh. I should have done it last night, but I just was not in the right frame of mind. So I haven't done that yet. Let me tell you about the pattern. This is the all-in-one sleeveless baby top. It is a free pattern on Ravelry by... Wait a minute. Yeah. Marianne Mull. The yarn is the Baby Blossom DK by Hayfield. Baby Blossom by Hayfield. I used a US 7. The pattern called for 6. I went up a needle size because I wanted to have a bigger blouse. The biggest size they had was the 12-month. I wanted it a little bit bigger. I would say this is between 18 months size, maybe even 2-year. Isn't it pretty? The buttons. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw the post. I am either going to use, I don't know, this pretty orangey color, one solid color, or I'm going to use all 3 of these colors if I can figure out a way to show you in some form or another. So here's a pinky one, and this one's purple, and then this one's orange. All of these colors in some form or another are in this sweater, and I thought that would be so cute to have them. But I might just do the one color. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. You can click on the link and see my picture on Instagram. You go to the show notes and click on my Instagram, and you can see the pictures. You can do that on the internet. You don't have to have a app, the Instagram app. You can go on the internet and go on my show notes and click my Instagram, and it'll take you to my feed, and you can look at the pictures. And if you do that and you have an idea of what I should do with the buttons, leave a comment in the down bar below. Thank you very much. So since I finished a few things, I, of course, started a few things. Oh, sorry. My computer went dead. Ah. So, I'm just going to go through the list, and the last two things are new starts. So, I did do some work on the things that have history. So, I have been knitting on this throw blanket during American Idol. And this week, there were 2 nights of American Idol. So I knit on it 2 nights in a row. And I got this. And you can't see the thing again. Got that much done. There's where the marker is. I am into the decreases now. I'm on the decrease end of this monster. This is how much I have left of ball number 2 of 3 balls that I purchased. It's just the grandma's favorite dishcloth recipe. I went up a certain number when I thought I was halfway done with the second ball, and then I started the decreases. So that's what I'm doing now. And my plan is to knit on this during American Idol. Now, I don't know how American Idol is going to be affected with the pandemic and the what is it called? Shelter at home in California. How that's going to be for American Idol. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I don't know. So that is that. Sorry. The next thing is the log cabin shawl. I did do a little bit on it. I finished the gold portion and started the dark blue portion. Not a lot done, but I did pick it up and make an effort to work on it. So I was in this section. I think I had to do 4 rows, finish that, and then picked up and have been knitting on that section. I don't know what I'm going to do about this because I'm starting to get short on the yarn. So that is yet to be seen what I plan to do with that, whether I go and purchase another 3 skeins of this yarn and then have leftover yarn. I don't know. So anyway, that is that. The log cabin shawl is a free pattern from Yarnspirations, linked in Ravelry. The yarn I'm using is Willow Yarn Denim Grace in mustard, acid wash, and mid wash. Needles are an Addi US 7 40-inch circular. Sorry I didn't mention all that. And it just sits over here on my little table. The virus shawl, number 1. The virus shawl number 1 is a free pattern on Ravelry by Julia Marquide, if I'm saying that right. And yeah, it's a free, and it is linked to a tutorial on YouTube. The yarn is Yarn Bee Urban Chick in the color Berry 03. Hook is US H 5mm. I started this on the 28th while still in Florida. I started the second ball of yarn and I think I completed 2.5 pattern repeats. I'm in the section where the rows are getting longer. Plus Mojo low with all of this stuff, but I made some progress. I love it. I love the yarn. I really like the yarn. It is so lovely to work with. And I like the colors. That is that. And the next thing on the list is something I started because I had some leftover sock yarn sitting over here in this bowl, staring me in the face when I didn't want to do anything else. I started another one. Another scrappy fingering weight Iris, which again is a free pattern on Ravelry. The yarn is scraps of fingering weight. The top is an opal. Don't know the color. This one is an unidentified yarn that I think at one point I made socks from. And yeah, this is going to be just a scrap. Use up the scraps. This yarn right here, it was felting in the balls. The last bit of knit crocheting that I did, I had to stop every little bit and try and unfelt. I have this much of that yarn left. And then I think I'm going to put in this little ball, which has some purples and some gold or orange and some green. Yeah. And then I've got, this is opal. It's not opal. This is opal. And this is opal. Is going in next after this one and after this one. I'm using up my ball. This used to be a full bag of sock yarn scraps. So, and it becomes a beautiful shawl wrap. Beautiful. So, that's a new project I started. And if you have scrap sock yarn, I recommend it. I'm using an F hook. It's fun. It's really fun. And if you aren't that great with crochet, the tutorial is really easy to follow. Really easy. And she has like slow videos, and she has right-handed and left-handed videos. So I recommend it. The last thing I started in my bag from Fat Squirrel is the Getting Warmer cowl, which is a free pattern on Ravelry by Espastrico, if I said the name right. The yarn is the Himalaya Air Wool Multi in the color 7602. I love the yarn. The needle is a US 10 6mm, and it's the 32-inch circular. And I started this with 14 extra stitches because I looked at other people's project pages, and I wanted it to be fuller and come down. So I added 14 stitches, and when I get to the garter section and the decrease section, I will probably, if you know the pattern, there's like the first decrease is you knit 12 and decrease. I think to make it come back to the right number of stitches, I will do the 12 twice, and then I will follow the regular. So it's going to be just bigger and a little, because I want it to be something that I can use like a shoulder warmer type thing. I can't say enough about this yarn. I love this yarn. It is so nice and soft and very easy to work with. It is a chain ply. It is a chain ply, but it is just lovely. Just lovely. If you remember last week, I finished my turtle dove in that yarn. And so I started this, I don't know when I started this. I think I started on the 12th. I'm trying to keep notes in this little composition about what I'm doing, if I make changes to the pattern. So did I? Yeah, I cast on 54, made a mini, make it a mini poncho style. I haven't been keeping up with it, but I started it on the 12th, and this is how much I've got done because I just have not. My mojo's been low, so hopefully I can get myself back together. Not focus so much on the fear and the things that are going on, and just live and be careful and be safe. And I ask you all to do the same. Let's keep each other in our thoughts and prayers, and especially those who are in the deep of it right now. So anyway, thank you for coming by and spending some of your precious time with me. Again, don't forget to leave comments and suggestions in the down bar below with how you're coping during this time. And I would appreciate it so much. I will see you in 2 weeks for the next episode of the Knit and Purl podcast. Bye, you guys.